Hello everybody, I'm Melissa and welcome back to Book Bar and welcome to my favorite video of the month, my March stats and faves. In the month of March, I read a total of 33 books and I DNF'd one for a total page length-ish of 12,210 pages. The average book length was 370 pages, which pretty standard average for me. A little on the higher side, but yeah. I read 13 5 stars, 7 4.5 stars, 7 4 stars, 2 3.5 stars, and 3 3 stars. And I had one book that I did not rate. For an average rating of 4.26, which is very good. Quite high. Also, it was really hard to pick my top 5 faves because I had so many banger books. Like, all of my 5 stars were fantastic. Like, I even looking at this, I'm like, there's books that could probably be on here that aren't. But we're just gonna go ahead, keep going. I read 19 books that had some form of representation and 12 books with some form of author representation. So I'm still doing good on my 50% and 25%. And yeah, I'm enjoying reading more diversely, or at least attempting to. And yeah, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I read 14 new releases, which are releases that were released in the year of 2024. 7 2023 releases, so 7 books that were released at some point last year. 8 books released between the years of 2020 and 2022, and 4 books released between 2010 and 2019, which I feel like is pretty high. Normally I read a lot more newer releases. I listened to 15 audiobooks from the library. I read 1 ebook from the library. I listened to 2 books from Audible Plus. And one was like an Audible read and listen, KU read and listen, one was Audible Plus. I read 4 books physically. I read 3 ebooks via ARC. 2 audio ARCs were listened to. I read 2 books on KU, which is really low. And 4 books were owned audibly. And yeah, then I read 4 physical books. I had read 6 ebooks, 14 audiobooks, and 9 were mixed media. So that's why like the numbers are a little skewed on the how I like listened. Because yeah, but it's fine. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I think I've said that multiple times now. I need to stop. This is the shocking statistic for me. I read 17 indie/self-pub books and 16 traditionally published books, which I feel like is really high. Normally, I don't read that many traditionally published books. So, interesting. I had 5 ARCs that I read, which is crazy. 0 rereads, 5 books made me cry, and 14 were new to me authors, which I enjoy trying new authors out. I read 4 contemporary romances, 8 fantasy paranormal romances, or sci-fi romances, 3 dark romances, 1 holiday romance, 5 sports romances, 4 small town romances, 1 fantasy, just pure fantasy, 1 thriller, 1 nonfiction, and 2 manga, graphic novel, comics. Manhwa situation. Then 40% of my covers were black, which isn't surprising. I read for Ramadan and my team's cover color was black, so I tried to prioritize reading books that had black covers. I read 18% of my reads were pink. This is average. I mean, I rounded up. 6% were brown. 9% had like too many colors to just pick one. 12% were blue, 3% were purple, 3% were yellow, and 6% were green. So, interesting situation going on there. Now for my top 5, which is really a top 6 because the number 1 I couldn't pick between 2 of them. But I also have an honorable mention, and that is They Called Me a Lioness by Ahed, Tamimi, and Dena something. I'll have it right here. This is a nonfiction following a girl who is fighting for freedom in Palestine, and it's about her journey, and it was absolutely phenomenal. It's up there with Know My Name by Chanel Miller as like one of my favorite memoirs of all time. Very tough to listen to, but very necessary, I think. So, especially with what's going on in the world. So yeah. Continuing with number 5 is Take My Hand by McKay Marie, or Oh Hates McKay on BookTube and Instagram. I absolutely love Tatum and Carter's story. I read it for my new release vlog. I'll have it up there. I was kindly sent an ARC by McKay for this, and I just absolutely adored it. It was so good, and it's definitely a series that deserves more hype. It deserves all of the love, and I think that even if you don't like rock star romances, it is so good. And I had a great time with it, and I'm really glad that I read it, and thank you, McKay, for the ARC again. I appreciate it so much, and I can't wait to read more of the series. I've already told you how I feel about Reed, so, and I can't, like I said in my mid-month wrap-up, or in my end-of-month wrap-up, I am feral for his story, so cannot wait. Then at number 4 is Rope the Moon by Ava Hunter. I just loved it. 4 and 5 are kind of like, I could go either way with them. I just wrote Take My Hand down first. I don't know why. So Rope the Moon is number 4, and this follows Dakota and Davis. And Davis is he's part owner of Runaway Ranch with his siblings, and him and Dakota had a relationship years ago, and she left, and now she is back after some stuff. She ended up in an abusive relationship and is running away from that, and Davis is there to help her and protect her, and it was just absolutely phenomenal. I love Not His Baby is becoming a trope that I'm just absolutely loving. I'm seeing it a lot lately, so yeah. Then at number 3, I have a love song for Ricki, Wilde. This book is phenomenal. I don't want to say anything about it because everyone needs to experience it for themselves. But you know, there is like an element of magical realism to it. But it is so freaking fantastic. And yeah, I loved it. Then at number 2, I have This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. Loved this so much. I don't understand why people don't love it. I think it is fantastic. It is so good. Soledad and Judah are just absolutely adorable, phenomenal, fantastic. I loved it so much. So much. 5 stars. Obviously, they're all 5 stars. Then I have 2 books tied for number 1 because I just couldn't choose between the 2 of them. And they are both in my historical romance reading vlog. And they are The Notorious Lord Knightley by Lorraine Heath. This follows Regina and Lord Knightley, and Lord Knightley there's a book going around following a man named Lord Kay, who everyone believes is Lord Knightley, and he knows that it is him. He knows who wrote it, and he learns he goes back to the woman who he jilted at the altar and learns a lot more about her, and things go from there. It was fantastic. I loved it. So good. And then the other one that is tied is The Bride Goes Rogue by Joanna Shupe. I loved this so much. This is Preston and Catherine, and Catherine believes that her and Preston are going to get married. She's waited a year, and so she goes to him and says, okay, I've waited a year. Let's get this show on the road. What do we want to do? And he's like, I'm never going to marry you. And so she's mad. She goes to a sexy party, and there she meets a man. And it turns out that it's Preston, and things go from there. He has an epic grovel. Again, I read this for my historical romance reading vlog. I loved it. So good. And yeah, I can't wait to finish the series that might be coming this month. So take a look. Stay tuned. But yeah, those are my 6 favorites and all of my statistics for the month of March, which is my favorite month of the year because it is my birthday month. This year it also happened to be Ramadan, so yeah. I also went to Sweetgrass author event, which was fantastic. I had a great time. I met a lot of friends. I met a lot of fantastic authors, and yeah, that is it. If you made it to the end of this video, leave me a cake emoji because it's the last time I can say it was my birthday month, and you know, all the fun stuff that goes along with that. So leave me a birthday cake emoji, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the fun stuff. It really helps me out, and I will talk to you all in the next one. Bye.